What's going on, guys? It's Zach here, back again with another Type R video. Today we're going to be installing the United Speed Racing downpipe. It's going to be a direct replacement for the OEM Cadillac converter. It'll be decatted and it'll be probably adding on about 15 to 20 horsepower, and same with torque as well. So I'm pretty excited to see how this turns out. I did order it with the lava heat wrap around it. It's a nice touch. It looks great as well. So I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out. We're also going to do a tutorial on how to take this off and put it on as well. And I know that turbo cars have a pretty bad history with the bolts snapping off in the manifold, so we're going to do our best to not do that. We're going to spray with a lot of PB Blaster beforehand. If we need to, we'll use a torch, we'll heat it up, have the metal expand, and see if we can back those bolts out nice and smooth. Stay tuned, and thanks for watching, guys. All right, guys, so one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove all of these front clips right here and remove this black panel right here. All right, there's going to be quite a bit of them, but also make it a lot easier for you to dig your hands right where you need to be. Okay. All right, guys, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take off the air box, this whole area right here. It'll help me kind of declutter this area and make it easier to work. Is this a must or necessary thing to do? Maybe not, but I'm gonna do it because I've done it before. It takes maybe 10 minutes to do. So you'll take out this bolt, 1, 2, take out the bolt right here in the back, 3, and there's gonna be one right in here that you're gonna take off, 4. Got those 4 bolts over here and the one that's down in there. Next thing you're going to do is you want to take out this air duct. Now this can be a little tricky because in order to take it off you need to basically unclasp those points from that clip area. They are rubber and they will tear if you aren't gentle. And there's also some in here as well. You can see right there my finger is. That, you're gonna have to get your hand in there and undo that. That's gonna be a little tricky as well. I've had to do it in the past. It took us quite some time to do it, but it is manageable. It is a rubber, so you can kind of pull and stretch it a little bit, but like I said, you don't wanna tear that out. I've seen some guys on the forums that have already torn it out a little bit, so. All right, guys, once you get this rubber piece out, you're gonna notice there's 4. That means your hand has to go in there and get all these out or unattach them, and they are not easy. Next thing we're gonna do is we're actually gonna remove the air box now. All right, guys, as you can see, we got the air box out. You can see the OEM Cadillac converter right there. All right, guys, so with this piece right here, all I'm gonna do is basically unscrew or loosen up these rivets right here and just kind of tug and pull. Now, I'm not gonna remove it completely. I'm just gonna lay it back from there. It doesn't need to come all the way off, honestly. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna remove this top heat shield. There's 3 bolts holding this in. There's one right here. There's one that's kind of hidden in front of the turbo, and then there's gonna be one on top or underneath the top pipe right here. Have one of these wrenches, you should be able to slide this under there and actually get it. Let's see if we can get it here in the video. Not sure if you can see that. That's where the 3rd bolt is. And then obviously to remove this, you're gonna need to go ahead and remove the O2 sensor, and it's gonna be handy to have one of these sockets as well, and that should do it. Now that you guys got the heat shield off the downpipe, now you're gonna take out the 4 bolts. Now I've been soaking these 4 bolts in PB Blaster for about 3 or 4 hours now. Got 1 off, 2 off, and I already got the 3rd one off down here. You guys can kind of see that. Now we're just working on the 4th one. It's in the corner. No snapping bolts yet, but we still got 1 more left. All right, guys, we got all 4 bolts out. What you're gonna do is there's gonna be 4 more bolts. They're gonna be on the bottom. Once you get it done, those bolts are gonna be attached to the front pipe. You may need to loosen up this bar right there to allow room for it. But once you do that, you have now gotten the downpipe out. All right, guys, here's what it should look like underneath. You're gonna wanna drop the pipe from the top, make it a lot easier. And USR supplies you with an all-new gasket, so that'll go right in between these. You want to use the bolts that they give you as well. They give you new bolts. All right, guys. So we dropped the downpipe, the new one, down through the top. We tightened up all the bolts down there. We installed the mini cat, if you will, that will trick the ECU into thinking that it's, you know, that's still catted, so you don't get a CEL. Already cranked everything down, torqued everything down. Just gonna start putting everything back together here. So a couple things I didn't show on, we ended up taking off the top pipe. There's 8 bolts for this. There's 2 right here. There's 1 in the back right here. There's some bracket ones, 1 right here. And then there's also 2 attached to the turbo right here as well. And those are hard to get out. I could see why people are taking off the top pipe. Most of the time they're taking off because it'll make it a heck of a lot easier to work in here. And so we ended up doing it anyways. It takes a lot longer to do so. So that's just a little piece of advice. We didn't snap any bolts at all. We used a lot of PD Blaster, let it soak for a couple hours, and the bolts came right off. Did it nice and slow when cranking them with a torque bar. So that ended up working out perfectly for us. All right, guys. So now what we're gonna do next is we're gonna start up the car. I'm gonna show you guys what it sounds like with a cold start, and then I'm gonna let you guys let it warm up a little bit, show you guys what it sounds like when it's warm. I'll rev it up a little. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of the sound. Thanks, guys.